In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how workshops literally changed our business, how one of our clients, Steve, implemented the workshop challenge workflow and did over $100,000 in sales over the course of a 3-day workshop, how we've helped a lot of other people implement the same thing, and why I would suggest doing it sooner than later. So if you're an online coach above 5K a month, even 50 to 100 or 200, this is how we actively run workshops and challenges to get a lot of booked calls, nurture our audience, and convert them into sales. Again, if you don't know me, my name is Brandon. I help online coaches scale. We've been doing this for almost 2 years, and I've been in the industry 5, and I've helped a lot of people make a lot of money and make a lot of impact. So if you're a coach and you want to get more clients, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. This is actually how we won our first 2 Climate Club award, by running challenges. People usually don't know that, but we do this often, and I'm finally ready to show you guys how we do it. Let's dive in. So this is the workshop funnel. I'm going to show you how to get cold traffic or warm traffic into a live 3-day, 5-day challenge or 1-day workshop with you. Show you the email sequences we plug in to nurture them and get them to attend the workshop live. That leads into a booked call. Usually you can get 25 to 50% of the attendees to take action and book in a call with you. We've done workshops where we literally have gotten 35 booked calls just from one workshop. Then before the workshop, we make sure they watch your VSL. After the VSL, they attend the sales call live, and they either end up in your program or in your nurturing process. And I'm going to show you exactly how this ties in with the other funnels we teach, which are simply top of funnel cold ads to get Instagram followers, to get school members, and to get YouTube subscribers, which then end up watching your content, your stories on Instagram, your reels on Instagram, your YouTube content, your content in school. They get hit with your weekly emails, and they attend your live workshops. Then they go down through your retargeting ads, have conversations with you, your team members, your setter. They watch your VSL, and they either DM close or close on a call with you. I'm going to show you really every step of the workshop funnel and how we use it with school. You don't have to have school to do this, but if you do want to get school, there is a link down below you could use to sign up. And I'm going to show you how to set this thing up to properly run your very first workshop after watching this video. I'm going to show you how to promote it. And before we keep going, I want to emphasize how important this whole thing is, and I want you to lean in. We literally had somebody do this and do over $100,000 in sales. Now, that is not normal. Right? They did their very first workshop, 3-day workshop. They pitched a call. They did $100,000 their very first time doing this. Now, again, he had a very large audience, and this is not a typical result, and it's not an income claim at all. I'm just saying, lean in. We also had somebody just now join our program, and I was like, dude, the first thing you should do is a workshop, and they did over $15,000. Now, am I saying that's going to happen for you? No, but it could, and you should definitely lean in and take this serious, because this is a great way to really inject cash into your coaching business without having to spend a lot of money, okay? And it could definitely become a ongoing part of your content flow and your funnel like it has for me. So the workshop funnel with school, I'm going to show you how to set it up, show you how to promote it, show you how to host the actual workshop. I'm going to show you how to pitch a call and how to repurpose the content after and convert it convert people into clients, right? So let's dive into setting it up. But before we set it up, I want to show you what a workshop truly is. In the simplest form of a workshop, we're basically running some type of promotion, ad, email sequence, organic content to get people in your world, we'll just say in your world, right, to join a online Zoom call, right? And there's really a couple options, right? You could do a 3 to 5 day challenge, right? These are really good and typically attract people who are very serious, because who's going to actually register for a challenge and attend a challenge, unless they're fully bought into doing the thing. The second thing you could do is a 1-day workshop, right? And I do a workshop every single week, usually 1 hour to 1.5 hours, right? And this is great because you get a lot of people, but you do have to have skill in filtering out the people who aren't fully bought in. right? So basically, it's recording a VSL live on Zoom with all your people, and then you interact, do some coaching, and then at the end of the workshop, right, if it's on a workshop, you do a pitch. Same on a 3-day challenge, except day 1, right, you have homework, right? Day 2, you have homework, right? And then day 3, you do the pitch. And this is actually how I started my coaching business, with a 3-day challenge, right? So essentially, we need to get people in your world to attend this Zoom meeting. After they attend this Zoom meeting, we need to have a structured way of delivering so much value that they would feel stupid not to book in a call with you. Then we do the pitch, whether it's day 3 or at the end of the workshop, and then people attend the call, okay? And many of you watching, you probably already attended a challenge or a workshop, or you could see probably how this would work. And here's the thing. Here's like a big limiting belief that I had. I was like, who would actually attend my workshop? Like, I would never do that, is what I thought. But let me just be completely honest with you. The idea of a workshop is really 2 pieces. Number 1 is to insanely nurture people, like take your nurturing game to the next level, right? It hyper nurtures people. So what usually takes 30 days of your content to nurture someone, you could nail that down in an hour. No joke, right? Or number 2, it gets people on the fence, off of the fence, right? So let's say here's all the people in your world that want to work with you right now, right? Like there's like the 3%, or let's just say 10% if you're good, who are like, yo, I would actually, if I had an offer, I would buy today, right? Then you've got, the fence sitters, if you will. Like let's say like 30% of people who are like, dude, I would probably buy, but I'm not totally sure if I'd buy, right? So then you have all those people. And then you've got all the people in your audience who are super cold, okay? So the idea of this is just to anyone who attends the webinar basically automatically moves to the next stage. Let me explain. So if they're green, they end up buying, right? If they're yellow, they end up green at the end of the webinar, and then they buy soon. And if they're cold, they end up warm, right? Sometimes, yeah, you can get people all the way into the green. Sometimes people are in the green and then they see you and they're like, dude, I don't like this guy. And now they're never going to buy. But the idea is that you basically hurry up the process and then you deliver a ton of value. So that is how this works. Now I'm going to get into the practicals of how you actually set this thing up and start implementing it as soon as you leave this video. All right, so I'm going to show you guys how the workshop works and how you can set it up. So for me, what I do is I host mine inside of school. And what that looks like is, obviously, like you guys know, inside of school, you've got your community, you've got your classroom, and you have your calendars. So for us, we do an ads masterclass every single week where essentially it's embedded into the school calendar. So people literally just click on this. They see that it's every Wednesday at 12 p.m., and then this is basically what they're going to get. And they have the option just to add it straight to their calendar, or they can click the Zoom link. So right now, I'm just talking about how to set this stuff up. And for me, how I like to host my workshops is very simple. It's just a Zoom meeting, right? For me, I have mine recurring, so it's a recurring meeting, and then I force them to register. So they have to input their first name, last name, their email, and after they do that, they literally click register, and then they get a series of emails after. I zap mine over to my email list, and immediately they get a free gift, which is the VSL, and then they get a few more emails after. For instance, here's an example of the Kingdom Business Challenge that we did. It was literally just a Zoom meeting, right, where we turn on registration, and we had over 483 people register. Then these people, the day of, they literally register, and they get an email from us the day of reminding them to join in to the Zoom link. So I'll show you how to set up one of these really quickly. You just go to schedule a meeting, call it Masterclass, and then turn on required registration, pick your time and date, and click save. Now we can talk about how to promote this thing. So for me, I do a few different things, and a lot of it does happen inside of school. Because remember, I do have it set up on my calendar where every single week people see this, and also the cool thing about these is you can force reminders out to all of the people that are attending, which means 8,400 people are getting an email at least once from me reminding them about this. But then I also send out a reminder a few days before. Hey, remember we've got the ads masterclass, blah, 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 right? Here's the link to attend and what you're going to get. And then if it's been 72 hours, you can send out an email to all of your school members. So that's like step one of what I do. Then I go and copy the ads masterclass, right, announcement. And I literally, this is just showing you in real time what I do. For instance, here was a offer workshop one. I literally take this and then I copy and paste it over into my email provider. And then I send out an email to everyone. More people register. Then I go over to Instagram and I send it into my broadcast channel. And then I create a graphic and I post about it on my story, letting people know, hey, we've got an ads masterclass coming up and you should join in, right? And of course, you could obviously run ads to this, and that's what we are testing now. It's just running ads straight to the masterclass. People register by filling out a form like this. We get their name, email, phone number, and then they go into our text sequence and email sequence. Okay, so now that you have everything set up, I'm gonna show you what to actually do on those calls. So I'm gonna basically be teaching two things at once here. So let's say you have a 3-day challenge at the top. At the bottom, you've got a 1-day workshop. So here's what I do, right? Let's say we were going to do a challenge called, 3-day get, abs challenge, right? Everything you need to know about getting abs in 3 days, right? So basically, I'd have people register. Day 1, I would, do some type of let's just say mindset teaching, okay? And at the end, I would host the basic, framework of the call, as there's the intro, which is, hey, in this challenge, you're going to get everything you need to know about how to get abs in 3 days, right? Number 2 is I would tell them my story, right? Because on the first day of a challenge, you want to really build insane trust with you. Hey, I used to be overweight, blah, 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 now here I am, right? Then you want to do some type of teaching, right? So value, right? And then you go into live coaching, where you literally just bring people on, coach them, and then you close out the day with homework, okay? So the homework needs to be something that's going to take them and move them forward to the next day. Now, you don't want to give away all of the sauce on a 3-day challenge on day 1. So let's say you focused on mindset, right? What are the inner thoughts that, you're facing because you don't have abs? This is all a joke, obviously, but that could actually work, right? So then at the end, you assign homework, and ideally put them into either a Facebook group or a school group, and then have them submit homework. Day 2, right? You talk about the same thing, and you could do a 20 crunch challenge where they have to do 20 crunches and then submit that homework, right, into the group. And you could teach on something else. Maybe you could teach on diet. Day 3, you literally finish closing the gap, but this time instead of doing homework, you go into the pitch, and we're going to talk about that shortly. And again, obviously, there's a lot more, I could add into, the framework of hosting these. However, the basis is you need to cover an intro, set expectation for what they're going to get if they stay for all 3 days. You need to cover your story so they're bought into you as a person. Each day, you need to give value, coaching, and homework. And then you also have some of your clients attend, day 2 and 3, and bring your clients on and say, hey, this is John. He used to not have a six-pack too, and he could share his story just to kind of build, courage and kind of, get people excited. So that's a 3-day challenge. You could do 5-day. You could even do 30-day. But I would suggest 3 or 5. On a workshop, basically the same thing, right? What's up, guys? In this video, let's just pretend, for instance, I was going to host this workshop, right? So I would do intro, right? My story, and I'll show you exactly, how I would do this live here in just a second, right? Then I'm going to do a lot of value. I'm going to do some coaching, right? And then I'm going to do the pitch, and we'll talk about the pitch on the next slide here in a second. But intro is, what's up, guys? Thank you all so much for registering, for this workshop. I'm just stoked you're here. Put in the chat where everybody's from, right? And one big key thing is breaking down that third wall and using the chat a lot. Put in the chat where you're watching from, blah, blah, blah. Everybody's posting and saying where they're from, right? Cool. Well, in this video and in this workshop, I'm going to show you exactly how to achieve, X, Y, and Z. So for instance, if it's a workshop, I could do an ads masterclass, right? So I'll just show you how I literally do these. In this masterclass, I'm going to show you exactly how to run ads to get coaching clients, right? So if you stay until the very end, right, I'm going to show you how you can do this. Now, just so you guys know, I wasn't always, an ads wizard, right? I used to not have a clue on how to run these things, and I was actually so desperate, I was running ads trying to pay my mortgage, right? Now, fast forward, won the school games, got two Comma Club awards, and about to request my third, blah, blah, blah. Like, that's the story, right? Now they have trust with me. Then you give them value. So you literally just blow their mind on the topic and give them a ton of value. And then you open it up and say, hey, guys, anybody want to come on live and, get coaching on this? And you literally just coach people live. And then at the end, you have a hard stop on both of these. And you say, okay, guys, can I get your permission in the chat? If I can get your permission to tell you about something amazing, put me in the chat. And you get all these people saying me, right? So then what we do next is we move over into the pitch, right? And the pitch is very simple, right? For me, what I do is I have a Calendly link, okay, Calendly, and this is what I teach people to do. And then I would label it workshop, right? So or challenge, just create a new link so everyone that comes from this came from the workshop. And what I do, for instance, we had one of our clients, he coaches men, do a breakthrough session. So, all right, guys, basically you've attended, either the 3-day event or the workshop, and there's basically two choices for you. Number one, you can leave this workshop changed forever and go implement all this stuff on your own, right? But I know every single person that I've been talking to today is an action taker. So you kind of set the frame, they're an action taker. So option number two is we created an opportunity for you to take action on, okay? And what we're going to do is we provided roadmap calls available to every single person who's live on this call, except there's a few rules. Number one, you've got to have, let's say, like money for ads. Number two, you've got to be an action taker. Number three, you've got to see the value in coaching and want to be coachable, right? And be coached, right? And number four, X, Y, and Z. So if you meet all those criteria and you want to hop on a roadmap call with us, what I want you to do right now is click the link that's in the chat, and I want you to go ahead and grab your spot. And they're going to go quick because we don't have unlimited, team members, but we do have some spots that are open. So what I want you to do right now is click the link in the chat and let me know in the Zoom chat if you're booking your call. And right, you're going to get all these people saying, booking. Literally, we had 35 calls booked on one of these, and we didn't run any ads to it. So that was 35 calls that were all booked 100% organic. So that is how you do the pitch. Now, people book in their call, and essentially, the framework of the funnel, right? People come off your list, right? They register for Zoom, right? They get emails, all these other things, right? That are all pushing them to a call. Now that they book the call, it's very important, if you want them to enroll, that you also have them watch the VSL before the call, right? No matter what, whether you're doing a challenge or not, number one rule is we don't take calls with people who don't watch the VSL. So again, before the call, after they book, you follow up with them, make sure they watch the VSL. All right, and lastly, I'm going to show you how to repurpose this workshop. So what you're going to do is very simple, okay? The workshop becomes a YouTube video, which is awesome, right? So you've got the workshop, and then what I do is simply I patch on an intro, right, to the video, which is a separate video, splice them together, and an outro to the video where I literally just encourage people to book a call. So then all you're basically doing is you're taking the ads masterclass that you just recorded in school, right? And then what I do is I post it to school again, right? So it's like, hey, here's how you can run $50 a day ads to get high-ticket clients, right? Sup, guys, here's the ads masterclass replay. Here's what we covered and much more. Click the link down below to watch it, right? So we got 32 likes, 6 comments just from this. And not only that, let's go over to the YouTube channel, right? And we've got 815 views just from posting that video. Then we sent out an email, and then I literally posted about it on Instagram as well, and the broadcast channel, and on my story with a link for people to go and check it out. And what I've found after working with most coaches is they have problems really in two areas. Your first problem is you don't have enough top of funnel leads, right, to even get people into your world. And that's what, most people need help with first. So end up, implementing IG follower ads, for most people. And then if they're already running follower ads, then you can launch some subscriber ads. And if you're already doing that and you're kind of cruising along, you could, launch some school ads as well. And that solves really the top of funnel. But then the next problem I see is with people who have been consistent and they're not going as far as they, feel like they should, or getting, a great return on ad spend. Then the problem becomes the middle of funnel. You don't have enough long-form content, and you're not nurturing your audience with reels, YouTube videos, things like that. You're not staying top of mind because they're not seeing your stuff with email. Right? Email is super powerful for staying top of mind. Or you just haven't, got them to convert, right? The circle I drew earlier, getting them from the middle to the end, or from the end into your program, or from cold to warm. And workshops work really great at that. Or again, maybe you're just not top of mind because you're not running retargeting ads at all. And so a lot of people, first, they want to do follower ads and just skip right to conversation, VSL, DM close, and that works. But a huge part of your funnel is the middle of funnel, and this helps majorly take that to the next level. What up, guys? So if you can tell that online challenges and workshops would actually move the needle forward in your business, there's two options. Option number one, you could leave this video right now and implement all of this stuff yourself and probably see some results. Or option number two, you've got money, you've got clients, you just want to do it right the very first time. You're like, yo, Brandon, I want to get your help. What I want you to do is click the link down below right now to book in a time to chat. On that call, what we're going to do is simply get a sense of where you're at currently in your business, your marketing, your middle of funnel, where you want to get to, and if we think we can actually help you move the needle forward, we'll show you what it looks like to work together. Again, we make no promises, no guarantees, no income claims, because everything in business is 100% a risk. However, if you think we can help based on all of the content you've already seen from me, then what I want you to do, click the link down below to book in a call. If you're new here and you're like, Brandon, it's too early, I don't even know what you do, I'm going to pin a video somewhere on this screen. I want you to go watch it. It's going to break down the IG growth funnel, which is the main funnel we teach, coupled with some other funnels. And if you don't even want to do that, at least like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel if this video blessed you in any way, and tell a friend about it. Thanks, guys, for hanging around, and I'll see you soon.